Well, good morning, Dr. Danny.
Good morning, Dr. Andrew.
Well, this morning we're at Pro Raw Gym and we're going to be shooting a whole lot of glute work today for online content. Before we start though, what I want to do is demonstrate something that I've discovered and sort of created a theory with that works with our back pain patients. Now, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to say the glutes have a huge effect upon lumbar spines. In fact, as I was talking to a neurosurgeon only very recently, and I told him I'd never seen a lower back problem that didn't have a hip relationship. Now this makes great sense because the bodies are not like pieces of Lego that you just put together. All places are pretty well interconnected. So I do understand the mechanism behind this, and I'll explain this perhaps on another time, but we're going to look now at the effect of glute activation upon lumbar spine movement. So Dr. Danny, I'm going to get you to stand up and face the mirror over there. And what I want you to do is I just want you to put your hands on your hips and bend backwards comfortably where you feel it stops. Good. Now as we can see, that's Danny's extension range. Good. Now we'll stop there and down, and I'm going to get you to lie down on the mat over here. Right, and we're going to have a performance of the famous lock clams. Good. Now in this position here, and we can start to do 25 there, Dan, or maybe 15. Perfect. We're keeping the pelvis rolled forward, foot is low. Basically what's happening here is we're getting external rotation and we're getting abduction of the glutes. But there's also a strong glute max aspect here, and glute max is a hip extender, also performing these other movements as well. So what we're seeing here is an activation series. Now the proposal here is that by performing glute activation work, we increase our lumbar stability. There's a mechanism which I'll explain in the future. Good, Dr. Danny, get you to do a couple more of those. And then perhaps we'll do the other side. There we go. So what we will see here is Danny's doing the perfect movement there. The hip is basically forward. We have the foot nice and low. And this is basically abduction, external rotation. And of course, glute max is a hip extender, but it's not performing hip extension here. So this is one way to which I find people who sometimes have a bit of aggravation with hip extension can get glute max to activate and then help with the hip extension later. So the lumbar spine here is lovely held in neutral position and the glutes are turning on. I tend to see glute medius, minimus and maximus, all, I just basically won't call them the glutes, because we don't really need to differentiate between them, we just differentiate between the actions that we're performing. Another 5 there, Danny, that'd be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, great. Now I'll get you to stand up and let's get you to put the hands on the hips there again, and let's have a look at the lumbar spine motion, how it moves now. Alright, great, and that's easier. Now how'd that feel, Danny?
Yeah, amazing.
Considerably different.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I found is that when I'm doing core work, as we're prescribing basically lumbar spine rehab work, I always make sure that we do our glute work and activations prior to beginning the core work. So this is a bit of a new standard to which I've been producing with my clients. It works really well because I find that by getting pelvis stability that we actually are then able to progress into our lumbar spine rehab. Well, I'm going to be introducing these thoughts massively over the next year with Dr. Danny, who's now working with me at Pro Raw. So this is Danny's going to be doing basically all my work when I'm busy, and she's busy as well, plus training for contests for yourself as well this year.
That's right.
So we're going to be pretty busy people. We're going to be doing a lot of content over this January period, and look forward to seeing you soon. So we're up for a big day of shooting ahead.
Bring it on. Let's do it.